Okay, welcome back. Now we'll discuss angle of friction, and it is defined as the angle made by the resultant of frictional force to the normal reaction. Well, let's try to understand what is angle of friction. Now here we have taken an example. I have drawn a block whose weight is W, always act vertically down, as the force applied is towards the right. So frictional force will, so due to the force applied, the block may move towards right. Not to move towards right, the frictional force is acting towards left. As the weight is acting downward, if it is placed on any surface, the surface will offer a reaction, with normal reaction, which will be acting vertically up. Now, as the frictional force is acting towards the left, whereas the normal reaction is acting upward, the resultant of these two will be inclined. This is what the resultant is. And what is the angle made by this resultant force with respect to normal reaction or y-axis? This angle is called angle of friction. Here we have written it is the angle made by resultant of frictional force and normal reaction. So now what I have done is, to make it simple, I constructed a triangle. I have projected this line downward, then joined this line with this. So we have taken a triangle ABC. ABC. Okay. So if this is FR, so base become FR. So I have taken this is the frictional force FR. It is normal reaction. Here this side is normal reaction, frictional force, and this is resultant. Okay. In this, from this triangle ABC, look at here, tan theta. If I wanted to take angle tan theta, the opposite side will be BC. Okay. So I will write here, tan of phi is equal to opposite side is BC divided by AB, where BC is FR and AB is N. Okay, the side BC represents magnitude of force FR, whereas the side AB represents magnitude of force N. So here I have written tan phi is equal to FR by N. Okay, if the value of phi is very small, then we can write phi is equal to FR by N, and we know that coefficient of friction have the same formula, that is FR by N. So phi will be equal to coefficient of friction. Okay. Next terminology is angle of repose, that we denote by theta in the friction. And let us try to understand what is angle of friction. Okay, then we'll talk about a definition. So I have look here. At a body is placed on an inclined plane. Okay, and the weight, when we talk about a body, it will be having some weight, so that is W. Plane is inclined, which is making angle theta. What happen? If the plane is horizontal, if I place a body on it, which is having a weight W, what I do, I will gradually increase, raise this horizontal plane vertically up. So it will make some angle. Okay, when the block is placed on horizontal plane, this plane I will try to rotate in an anti-clockwise. At certain angle, without the application of force, this block will slide down due to this angle. Okay, at what angle this block slides down, that angle is called angle of repose. Is it clear? What I'm trying to tell is, I will read this definition now. It is an angle made by a plane with horizontal when an object placed on inclined plane will be at a verge of sliding down the plane without application of external force on the body. What I told is, when I increase the angle with respect to horizontal, at a certain angle this block placed on it slide down without the application of force, that angle we call as angle of repose. Okay. Now next topic we supposed to try, very important because this has been asked many times in the examination. Derive the relationship between angle of friction and angle of repose. Angle of friction means phi, angle of repose is theta. We supposed to derive the relationship between phi and theta. So before to move on, I can say we supposed to prove phi is equal to theta. Okay. Now to do that, again I have taken the same inclined placed object on inclined plane here. I have considered an inclined plane on which I have placed a body. The angle made by this plane is theta. Okay, the self-weight always act vertically down along our actual y-axis. Now to derive the phi is equal to theta, what exactly we supposed to take is, when we deal with the inclined plane, our x-axis will be parallel to the inclined plane and y-axis will be perpendicular to the inclined plane. Our actual x-axis is, this is our actual x-axis and this is our actual y-axis. But in this case, when we deal with the inclined plane, our x-axis should be parallel to the plane and y-axis should be perpendicular to the plane. Fine. Now look at here. As we have just talked about angle of repose, angle of repose means at a certain angle, this inclined plane, if I raise up, the block will come down. So due to which the motion of the block will take downward. Here MT stands for motion takes place. It is downward. When the motion takes place downward, means body is moving down. Not to move, our frictional force will try to oppose it. So I have shown the direction of frictional force. It will try to oppose the movement of the block which is coming downward. As the weight is acting vertically down, our normal reaction will be perpendicular to the plane all the time. Okay, we have this is in rollers or cylinder, we can say. Always a reaction offered will be perpendicular to the plane on which it is acting. Now in this case, this is a plane which is inclined, so our normal reaction will be perpendicular to this. So this angle will be 90. Okay. Now this is angle of repose. Whatever the angle made by W with respect to our actual y-axis is theta. Okay. With this we are supposed to consider. Now what I done? Look at here. Now in this case our x-axis is parallel to the plane, y-axis is perpendicular to plane. So in which FR is acting along x, no issue. Y is acting along, N is acting along this y, no issue. Whereas this W is inclined. It is something called, it is in between these two. It is something like this. It is inclined. So this inclined force has to be brought along this dotted line and along this. Because this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis in this case. So I have brought here. Coming to this figure, I can say normal reaction as it is, frictional force as it is. Whereas what I did is, now this W is acting downward. When I bring it, because the angle given here is with respect to y. So when I bring this force to y, it is acting vertically down. So I have shown here vertically down W cos theta, because angle is measured with respect to y axis, so y component is cos. Now when I bring this force along x, it is acting towards left. So I have shown here left side acting force W sin theta. Okay. Now I will make use of this free body diagram and try to apply the equilibrium condition. Now applying equilibrium condition, we supposed to apply summation of h is equal to 0. In this case, parallel to the plane upward is positive, parallel to the plane downward is negative. Here I have written upward positive, downward negative, parallel to the plane. Plane is inclined, so x will be inclined, y will be inclined, like this, along this plane. Okay, so look at here, FR is acting upward, so it is plus, whereas W sin theta is acting leftward, so it is minus. So we arrived FR is equal to W sin theta, equation 1. Similarly, summation of V is equal to 0. In this case, perpendicular to the plane y upward is positive, downward is negative. So perpendicular plane upward, here upward is positive, downward is negative. Coming back to this figure, N is acting upward is positive, whereas W cos theta is negative. So here I written N positive minus W cos theta negative. So N is equal to W cos theta. Now divide equation 1 by 2, because equation 1 is sine by cos. So I have divided here equation 1 by 2. We have FR by N is equal to W sin theta by W cos theta. W get cancelled, we will get FR by N, which is tan theta. Where we know that FR by N is tan of phi. Angle of friction. Phi is angle of friction. So FR by N is tan phi, which is equal to this one, tan theta. In place of FR by N, I have written tan phi, angle of friction. So tan phi is equal to tan theta. Therefore, if the angle is small, we can write phi is equal to theta. This is a proof. And remember, this has been asked in 2 to 3 times for 6 marks in the examination.